It appears, ladies and gentlemen, it appears as though, you know what? That deal is going through over in Qatar for none other than the luxury jet. Remember how Donald Trump wanted that luxury jet? It looks as though the U.S. is formally accepting, the United States of America, the Defense Department, I should say, he's very clear about this, accepting that luxury jet that's, according to a report coming out of Reuters right now. And this came up just moments ago there at the White House. And a reporter, I believe this is Peter Alexander from NBC, started asking some questions about it. The president didn't appreciate it. Listening.
Okay.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One. Perhaps
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know,
the Pentagon.
You gotta get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, they also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet. Go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC because
you're wrong. It's funny. He, immediately started going after Peter's intelligence, and that seems to be, here's what I'm just going to tell you about reporters. They're not that smart. I mean, I was actually sort of disillusioned, I think, when I first got into this industry because I anticipated a little bit more. I actually find them to be some of the less smart people because you know what? If you are smart, you're probably not going into reporting. You're probably going into something like finance or something else entirely. These are like the people that are not good athletes and not very smart. I couldn't believe it. Like, I remember, thinking at some of these networks, well, you're getting a certain caliber and like people do their due diligence and they do their research and they know what they're talking about. The answer is no. They're just people who, couldn't succeed in showbiz and couldn't succeed in athletics and were terrible at math. And they wound up somehow becoming reporters, a lot of them. No offense against Peter. I actually just saw him the other day in the airport and had a nice exchange with him. Hopefully I don't know the particulars of him. Hopefully he's smarter than some of them. But Trump's not wrong when he says there's a certain kind of lack of intelligence among many members of the press. I'd also say that a lot of them are just lazy, right? So they're totally lazy and they don't want to do their homework and they just kind of take whatever is spoon-fed to them, in many cases, obviously, by the Biden administration. I mean, how else could you have missed all the obvious things that kept coming up? The financial reporters, I'll give them this, are a little bit more intelligent. So I came across a better quality of sort of raw intelligence when I worked at CNBC or at Bloomberg. And it's because, you have to be a little bit smart and understand where the money flows are going. I obviously understand it. It's part of what I've done for 20 some odd years. Same with my colleague over at 76 Research, Rob Horton. There's a lot of volatility right now. You get the markets down today. I tend to like going in when the markets are down, as you know. 76research.com. Go take a look at that today and use code word dollar. My gift to you, effectively, so that you can try and, get sort of a handle on what's going on. We have a lot that we're publishing there and a lot of success. Okay, a lot of success. I do believe we told you to buy Bitcoin when it was somewhere around $55,000, maybe $58,000 a coin. What do you know? Bitcoin hitting an all-time high today, somewhere around 109 and change. So you would have done pretty well. Code word dollar. You can cancel anytime. You're not locked into anything. So code word dollar, 76research.com. It's an introductory rate. I encourage you guys to do it. The other thing that I would love for you to do, I have my show on Spotify right now. So if you could take it upon yourself to maybe go over to Spotify. If any of you use it, Spotify, go look for the Trish Regan Show and give it 5 stars. We're only at like 3.5. I'm like, how can that be? My show on Apple's like 4.9. So I need to drum up some business here. We need you to the 3.5 can't stand, okay? And there's only like 200 reviews. So I'd love it if you could go over to Spotify and go give me 5 stars there on Spotify. I'm going to be back with more live news tomorrow here on the live Trish Regan show where truth matters. And we will say what we have to because we can. I mean, think about that. We can.